Welcome to Get Set, an old girls entertainment podcast, where we talk set life and stories as three women in the TV and film industry.
In this episode, our very own Hannah will be talking about her comedy career and how it differs from film and television. Holler. And stand-up.
Yeah, it's
live on stage.
It's all very different.
Let's talk about how you got started.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. I mean, I was a theater kid, so I was pretty used to performing live growing up. But I think a lot of theater kids go into stand-up and realize it's like a totally different beast. They're like, oh, I can do this. And then you get on stage and you're like, oh, shit, like I don't have lines. It's like a totally different thing. When I was performing in theater, I remember when I was like 15 or so, I had one of the lead roles in a show. And this show, like, my partner and I didn't know all of our lines. And we should have. But it was a really funny show. And we had a lot of good chemistry. And there was just one night, a ton of shit was going wrong, but we were just keeping it going. And there's just a few things I did where I just got huge laughs. They were off script, out of nowhere. And that was like, I was like, holy shit, this is the best feeling. I love like commanding an audience like this. And it was just like, it was like my heroine. Like I was just super stoked about it. So after that, I kind of stopped performing for a while. I did a little bit of performing in high school. And then I went to college and I started focusing on totally different major, like kind of put all of that aside. I was like, I'm not going to do any of this in the future, but I was really missing it. And so once I went to San Francisco State for school, I was kind of looking for like another outlet. And my sister does stand up as well. Her and her boyfriend, they have a company called Pineapple's Comedy, and they produce shows and do stand up in Hawaii on the Big Island.
Oh, it's not because of Pineapple Express.
No. No. And they're also not swingers, but everyone thinks they are.
Oh
that's
my
like
gosh.
the symbol. And then like on their posters, it's like a picture of the two of
The
them.
pineapple's a symbol? Of
Yeah.
swingers? Oh.
Yeah. Isn't it weird?
Interesting.
I didn't know either until like I had some friends text me like, hey, your sister, like, is she doing like swinger comedy?
Oh
like,
my God,
what is
that's
going
hilarious.
on? And it's pretty funny because I'll like reach out to new comics, and some comics are like, what? But they're not. They're just super fun, and they're in Hawaii.
And
That's-
they just love the fruit.
They just love the fruit. They're in Hawaii. They thought it made sense. It's a cute name, so it was just really funny. But yeah, I did my first open mic in college. The first one went super well. I got a ton of laughs. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Your first ever on set? You got a lot of laughs?
Yeah.
What?
And that will like happen for a lot of people, and then you're like, oh, this is amazing. And then after that, it just like tanks.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like you try writing stuff, you try new stuff, and you're like, oh, like every audience is different, and this works here and this doesn't work. And so it's a very demeaning process too, right? And you're like bearing your soul. You're like, I think this is funny, and like crickets, right?
Yeah.
And that was in college, and I just dabbled a little bit. I had first show I did, there was a ton of people there. It was like almost 200 people in the audience. Yeah, it was such a cool venue in downtown San Francisco, and it was just totally kick-ass. But I had a really horrible experience with the host.
Oh.
He forgot my name, and then he introduced me by my boobies. Yeah, straight up.
What?
And I was still very
I remember
new.
you told me about this and I was horrified.
Yeah, I was still very new, and I just I was just like playing around in it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, and I was like, what the fuck? So I kind of stopped for a little bit, and then
Wait, how do you mean he introduced you?
he literally was like, I don't remember her name, but I remember her tits.
Oh my God.
And then I went up,
Fucking
and I was
gross.
like, it was embarrassing, and I wanted to be quick with it, but I like was not seasoned enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was already so nervous because it was my first show.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me the amount of people. That's never really bothered me. What just matters is like how prepared I feel.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel prepared. I was young, you know?
Yeah.
And
Well, even like, I don't know, taking that, like, you're basically, he's like introducing you to like have everyone
it's
else.
so shitty.
like,
And like people are like, that was
Shut
fucked
up.
up.
Yeah.
Like throughout the show, he like definitely polarized himself from the audience.
I mean, at least that was the good. The audience was like on your, you know what I mean?
They were
Like,
definitely on my side, but it definitely fucked with me.
yeah.
Your headspace and everything.
Yeah, and I still was just kind of like, I don't know if I'm doing this, and I was not consistent at all with it when I was there. And so I just like kind of stopped for a minute, and then, I mean, I was going to school and I was just kind of doing a ton of random things. And then COVID hit, and I was thinking about doing it again. But then that happened, and everyone was doing Zoom shows, and I watched the Zoom shows, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, how do you do audience play with Zoom shows? And you're so good at audience play, too. Like,
Thank you.
Really, like, feed off of people. People
Yeah.
respond to you. Yeah, I would imagine that was so difficult during the pandemic.
Yeah, and I know, you know, comics got really creative with how they put their comedy out there, aside from Zoom, over the pandemic. And that was really cool to watch. I just really wasn't sure if it was something I wanted to pursue at all. And I was doing a lot of other things at the time. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, maybe not. Maybe not for now. Maybe I'll do it another time. But yeah, it was amazing to watch because, like, obviously TikTok, like, all of a sudden these stand-ups were, like, making these crazy TikTok videos and sketch videos and whatever. So there's a lot of creativity that came out of it. But it just wasn't, timing-wise, it wasn't the right time for me, headspace wise, I guess. You know.
But then you moved down here.
I moved to LA, and I was like, I want to be creative again in that aspect. And it took me a while because I just remember the feeling of bombing, and I hadn't really worked past that feeling in college. And I was like, oh God, and there's like so many people down here that take it really seriously, and they're really talented, and blah, 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 blah. So super nervous. And then I just started doing it again, and I have a lot more experience under my belt to have like better jokes and to be able to talk to people more. And so now I've been consistently doing it since like late summer, early fall, I would say.
So almost a year, or 3/4 of a year.
Yeah, I'd say so. So pretty cool. It's been fun.
And down here, I'm surprised because obviously, I think it's like once you know like someone who's doing comedy, like you realize like how big of a scene it is down here. It's huge. And like people I meet, they're like, oh, I'm a writer, director. Like just in the industry, they're like, I'm a writer, director, and I do comedy. And then like on my last show, like one of our location managers, she's like, I do comedy. I'm like, wait, everyone.
Where do
does
these people
comedy?
come from?
Yeah, they're just popping out of the woodworks doing comedy. What was that like first night getting back? Like, did you? Like, where did you go? What was
How
the
long
first
was your
time?
set?
Yeah, first time like coming back out.
My coming out story.
Coming back out.
I just like found a open mic on Instagram.
Is it because you're following different clubs?
Yeah, now I am.
Mm.
Now I am. It's definitely, if you know someone who knows how to find it, or if you're pretty savvy about finding some of this stuff, super easy to find on Instagram once you get it, and especially once your algorithm is like feeding you that stuff. But sometimes online, because they're like, a lot of these places are like small black boxes, right? And just little tiny businesses. So sometimes they don't always have like the best like a website presence, or it's not updated. So you'll drive out somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, we don't have an open mic anymore at this time, or you know, like shit like that will go down. That's happened to me a few times. That happened to me a lot in San Francisco because it's a big scene up there, but it's smaller. It seemed every time I was like gung-ho to go to an open mic, I would like go across the city and show up, and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, that wasn't updated on the calendar, like it's closed. And I was like, oh, sick. So it sucks when you like amp yourself up. But the first time I went back, I had just found this place on Instagram. I'm not really sure how, but they had this fun open mic. It was like a Tuesday night at like 10 p.m. And I was like, I'm finally going to do it. And don't know anybody here. And it was kind of like an improv mic. And I didn't really have any jokes written down. So I was like, I guess I can do that. And I hadn't done one before. And I went, and it wasn't an amazing set, but it wasn't bad.
You got your feet wet, basically.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, I can do this. It's not that bad. I like it.
Was it a lot of audience play, or did you just like riff while you were up there? How long was the set?
The set was 5 minutes long.
Which is a pretty long freaking time when it's just you talking.
It
for
is
5 minutes.
Yeah. Especially in the beginning, because people will be like, oh my God, how much time do I have left? And you're at like a minute and a half, right? Like you say your one joke and they're like, oh, you got some time. Or, I mean, I'll ask that now. So when I was first really starting, I would ask that because I'd be like, oh, fuck. Like,
get me down.
Oh, I don't want to be here anymore. But now I'll ask that to gauge how long a joke takes. Like sometimes I try to time myself.
Interesting.
But to gauge how long a joke takes, or to see if I have time for a certain joke after, right? If it's too long, too short, whatever.
I didn't even consider that would be an option. I just thought, oh, this person, as an audience member, I just thought this person wants to get down. That's why they're asking how much time they have left.
Yeah. And you definitely would not want to do that during a show. That would like only be like open mic practice, right? And still, like, some people are like, don't ask that. Like, some people get really weird about it. And like, I don't care. I paid, like, you literally pay money to be up there. I'm like,
for open mic, you do?
For open mics, yeah. So I'm like, I paid money to be up there. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You know? And
how much money is it, roughly?
$5 for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. That's not that bad.
No.
It's not.
I mean, it's a lot if you're doing it every night.
But you should be doing it multiple times a night every night. And so that's
multiple times a night.
Yeah. And there's also buckets and lottery systems. Sometimes you also have to pay to play for that. So like buy an item kind of a thing, like buy a drink or buy some food here, and then put your receipt in there, and then they'll pull your name out, right?
Interesting.
Or you just put your name in a lottery and hope you get picked, and you sit around for 2 hours. So that's the thing, is like, if you pay $5, you know you're going to guaranteed spot and you'll be able to practice. Yeah. But lotteries and buckets are a little tough because you're spending more of your time and you're like, when do I go up, or will I go up? And so it's kind of like, would you rather pay for your time or?
And with those open mics and like those lottery, the audience itself, what's the audience like? Like, is it actually like an audience, or is it just a bunch of other comics up there as well? I mean, they're audience too, but you know.
Yeah, so it depends, but a lot of the places where I've noticed pretty serious comics practice at, it's just comics in the audience. And sometimes it's really fucking jarring because it's you and like 2 people. And like, you're just there practicing. You might not get a laugh, even if you have funny stuff, right?
Because someone's ego just doesn't want to allow them to laugh for another person.
Or they're just nervous about them going up.
Honestly, it's both. So either you're super in your head, and like, I've done this, I'll like won't laugh, and I realize like a couple other people are like really laughing, and I was like, I don't know if it was funny. Like, I was in my head.
Yeah.
Or there are the people who decide to be dicks. And you can kind of tell the difference between the two super easily when you're up there, at least for me. Like, I can see the people, like, it's just their demeanor, and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of that? You know what I mean? Yeah, it can be, it's tough because you might have really strong material or have a good premise or something, but like, it's only comics in the audience and no one laughs because we all have these different standards. But then you do it at a show, and if you got your joke down well and you got a good stage presence, it might kill, right? So it's almost like not till you can get in front of like a real audience that you're like, okay.
But at least you get the time up there to kind of practice it and like, I don't know, hopefully get some sort of reaction, or see how it plays and where it plays and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to really get over bombing at some point in pursuit of like practice, right? So it's like,
even in front of an audience.
Well, yeah, even in front of an audience for sure, but like definitely like open mics, like when you're there, it's sometimes you'll be there for like 3 hours. Like, I'll spend 3 hours at the same spot and go up each hour and do the same material. And it's a lot of the times the same people in there, like a few people, new people trickle in and out, but it'll be the same people and they're hearing your same shit. And so it might get less and less funny. It might get more and more funny. It might just kind of stay the same, but you're just there basically like memorizing your lines and trying new small things to see what really
like
works.
Different setups, different pitches, different builds. How do you even, so as an actor, like there's an audition room or you're self-taping. So there's more silence, there's more solitude, there's more time for you to just be in your thoughts. But how do you prep in a big bustly room or small bustly room that's loud and noisy and other people are up there doing your shit? Like, how do you stay present and be able to turn it on and turn it off?
Yeah, it's hard. And I've just started really figuring out like my process in that sense. A lot of writing at home.
And when you're writing, are you writing like literally what you would say, or are you just hitting points?
I write literally what I will say.
Yes.
Okay.
Some people don't. And then like I'll like in the moment mix it up. Like I'll throw things in there if I think of it. And I'm like, oh, this would be good. See if this works. But when I write, I am pretty much verbatim because it's good for me. And I think it just depends on how your brain works. But I try to write as much as I can, or at least get a premise out. And then I practice. But then when I'm when I'm waiting for the open mic, if there are a good amount of people in front of me, like usually like right before I go to the open mic, I'm like, okay, what do I want to practice today? And I kind of like jot down the jokes that I want to work on. But when I'm actually an audience member, what I've been doing is trying to listen to everyone's sets before me and see what I can tie in, or see if I have like a funny experience that relates to what someone else was talking about, and have that back and forth so that I can get better with like audience work, crowd work, like doing that,
thinking on the spot and like creating
because
on
like
the spot.
I'll literally say a story from my past that's really simple and I think isn't like really that great, but it related to something that someone else said, and I'm like, oh my god, what did this? It's like, oh my god, that's so funny, right?
Because it's like a shared experience for the audience, so then they're in on the joke as well.
Exactly. It's called a callback.
It is called a callback.
In comedy writing.
Your binder.
My binder of comedy devices.
Yeah, like for me personally, I've been working on that a lot lately, and sometimes it will be like a roast on other comics. Other times it will be just something like that. Like, oh, one time, blah, 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 blah. Like the other day, someone was talking about how their friend's dating a 30-year-old and they're like, that's so old or whatever.
Excuse me.
And I was like, fuck. And they were literally, I mean, he was like 22, but just like awkward 22. Like obviously all of his friends are like all 22 kind of a thing. And like I went up right after and I told this story about how Scott had our professor in college. He was a screenwriting professor, and he had a kid in his class write as a character description, she's 30 but still attractive. And I just
God.
And I just told that story and everyone was like, that's so fucking funny. And I was like, yeah, because what the fuck is this guy talking about?
They're like, wait, was that you?
That just happened to Hillary Duff. Like in the newspapers, like someone said like, oh, she still looks great. It's like, she's like 35. Like, what are you talking about?
So
she's
dumb.
Amazing.
It is so dumb. And so it's just like stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like if you can have any sort of experience and be like authentic, it usually works.
What does it look like getting a booking? How does that work? I know you said there's multiple different, I mean, if it's not just pay to play and not just like showing up for open mic night, like we just saw you at this, bigger venue and it was like, you were on their poster and on social media, like this is the lineup for tonight. Like, how do you get those bigger jobs?
It depends. So everyone has their own system.
Meaning every place has their own system?
Yeah. Okay. Every club has their own system. And there's kind of like a few like pretty general ones. So the one that you guys saw me at, I've done open mics there before, and I know the guy who like runs it. And I literally messaged him and I was like, hey, I want to be on this show because my friend was on it. He was like, get on this show. So I was like, hey, I want to be on this show on this date. Do you have any more spots? I can send you a video, blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't sure if it was him running the account or not. So I was like, I'll send it to you. And like he messaged back and he was like, oh, we know you're funny. Yeah, of course you're booked. So that was like an easy, like, I know the person that worked out, just had to ask. Other places, you have to go to their quote unquote audition mic.
And pay for that.
I haven't seen an audition mic that is paid for.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I mean, who knows? Like, who knows? Because it used to all be free until COVID, I think, is what kind of like changed things.
Mm-hmm.
You'll go to an audition mic and they're usually less than 5 minutes. They're usually like 2 to 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll just be like, oh, great job. Talk to our booker. And they'll like try to book you. Not always that easy. It depends on the club. So like quote unquote lower end clubs will book a majority of people that are like pretty solid, right? Or if they have like other people who aren't, they'll just put them on like less desirable days,
Right.
I guess, you know? But then there are other places. So like the Laugh Factory, for example, bigger club, they have audition days, 2-minute set, but it's a 2-minute clean set. So no cussing and no like raunchy material.
Interesting.
Essentially.
That's amazing. That would cut out most of LA, man.
No, it cuts out a lot of people. It really does. So you have to see like who's really funny. But then when you get booked there, you can do whatever you want. They're not a clean comedy club. They just purely want to see what people can do.
Yeah.
I love that though, because when we saw you, you were the only female in the lineup, and I've never heard so many dick jokes in my life. And after like 2,
And not good ones.
not good ones, like very awkward, like do not sit. We're sitting in the front row because I wanted to be like there for you, but I was just like, can you not make eye contact with me because you're gonna make me vomit.
Yeah. Oh my
And-
God.
But I feel like a lot of men, like especially like straight men, just default to talking about their penis, and they think it's funny because dicks are funny, and it's just like it's not. It's really not.
Certain
It's overplayed as well.
venues cultivate a culture. And that's all I'll say about
I don't know.
that.
I don't know how you deal with it. To be
But
honest.
it's literally, there are places you go. You're in this place for an hour. You only get 5 minutes, sometimes 10, depending on what you do, but like only get 5 minutes, and then you have to listen to everyone else, right? Because you have to stay the whole time. It's part of the thing.
supportive and be a part of
right.
the community.
And you hear the same shit, and you'll hear people working on the same jokes, which isn't bad. That's normal. But like, oh my God, the dating jokes, the dick jokes, the rape jokes.
Oh my
Are you
God.
kidding
Like,
me?
it's a lot.
Ugh.
And it's like, it is, I would say certain places you get that so much more than other places. There are a couple places I love to go, and there's a lot of male comics there, but they're not like that, right?
That's great.
Um,
It's good that the Laugh Factory does make people do a clean set though, because
yeah,
I feel like that really separates people.
it totally does. It totally does. Yeah, it's jarring.
What
Sure.
helped you most in your comedy career so far? Like, what, if someone's starting out in comedy, what can you say that, like, you've experienced that's just actually, like, you're like, I couldn't have been where I am right now because of what I did, X, Y, Z. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be like a 20-second.
No, I think it's your go-getter attitude is one of the things, because you're always just like, oh yeah, I want to do like a show a month, and then you're doing like 3 to 4 shows a month or something, or at least 2, where it's like you're always kind of surpassing your goals, but you do set goals for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so personable and so much this like light and bubbly energy in real life. If I was like someone making these selections, I would want to book you in a heartbeat, because I'm just like, I can put her up there and she's going to be fine. Like, she's going to work the room. She's I guess the stereotype as an outsider that I've seen, that I've heard about a lot of comics, is that like in real life, they don't handle themselves with people well. And you are just so not that.
Yeah, no, I get very like intimidated around comics a little bit, because it's like all such a different breed, right? And you're getting people from all walks
just
of
like
life.
actors,
like you said, there's like a driver on set that does comedy. Like, that's the thing, you're getting people who have all sorts of different jobs and lifestyles and different perspectives of the world coming together, and a lot of the times doing this because like they went through some bullshit and they're spinning it. right? To make it funny, and it's like their therapy. So you got a lot of real fucked up characters. But they're fun. Like, it's fun to hear everyone's perspective because you're like, wait, how did that come out of you? You know what I mean? So some things that have helped me, I would definitely, like, I agree with you, Monique, the go-getter attitude. I didn't really realize this about myself until my boyfriend was talking to my dad privately, and they were talking about me, and I guess
you were eavesdropping.
No, my dad told me later. But basically, my boyfriend was just like, yeah, she just like does stuff. Like, she just decides to do something, like she does it. Like, I don't, like, he put it more eloquently, but it was basically just like that. And I didn't even really think about that because I feel like I do a lot of different things. So I'm like, I don't do anything. But it's like, no, I do a lot of different things.
That's really funny because I know you've complimented me about, like, no, you're like a doer. You like say you're going to do something, and you're like, I wish I could be like that. So it's funny because I'm like, you are like that.
I know. It's definitely one of those things. It's always hard to see in yourself, especially when you're comparing to, like, I see people who have been working at it for a while and they go up every night. They have the time to go up every night. They're getting booked all the time.
Well, that's a certain privilege, though, too, because some of us also need to work, right?
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to figure out of, like, how do I work and keep making money and keep doing stand-up? And there's literally a billion ways to do it. And I'm just trying to find, like, what's best for me right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. And I love making people laugh and being on stage. I think it's so fun.
What are some do you have, like, techniques that you
I don't know. There's so many, like, different comedy schools and stand-up schools and whatever. And I've watched, like, documentaries and interviews and a lot of stand-up specials and stuff, and just kind of put together what I know and then talk to other people and, like, how do they do it? And then I, like, formed my own.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't have any sort of, like, formal training. I know a lot of people will take certain classes and there's tons all over. And it might be good at some point to do one. But right now, I think what I'm doing is working for me.
Mm-hmm. Are these classes for stand-up in particular, or are these just improv classes?
No, stand-up in particular. There are stand-up classes. I think I'd love to do one for a little more, like, stand-up, like, writing courses. But, like, at the same time, it's like you look online and
how do you pick what's legit?
Right. And you just kind of have to, like, meet the people because a lot of times it'll be, like, an owner of the club.
Well, it's like an acting class too, right? Like, it's like some of them are legit and some of them are like,
yeah, exactly. So I haven't gone down that path, but I do take improv classes. And I just started doing those again. And it's so funny because, like, I am, like, not good. I'm, like, not good. I have a lot of funny moments, but that's a lot more technique and a lot more rules.
Yeah.
And there are certain, like, exercises that I just have a hard time with. Like, I can get timing. I get the timing. I can get a joke in there. But it's literally, like, the exercises where they're like, nope, you can't say something like that. Or no, you can't say something like that. Like, rephrase. The
boundaries.
Yeah, rephrase or think of something new or something. And so it
can only be a yes answer. You can't say no. And it's just
but
sometimes no is funny.
Sometimes I like it. And there's a lot of, like, get out of your head. And I think I'm very used to, like,
but I have a plan joke.
Exactly. And so I'm trying to let go and let God in improv because dear God, it's insane.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
Improv.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's like I go in all excited to do improv and I come home and I'm like, I'm so bad.
Oh no.
Well, but that's the point of the class.
Exactly.
Too, though. It's like to be bad and then get better.
Exactly. No, it's why I'm taking it.
Well, and I feel too what you said as well of, like, techniques essentially is you're around a lot, like, you're plunging into comedy. You know, you watch the specials, you watch the people who are, like, the top pinnacle successful ones. You're watching the ones who you have to sit there and watch, who have all the dick jokes in the world ready to like throw at you. I mean, you're watching people, like, work their stuff and figure out how to do it better, as well as then doing it yourself. Like, you're constantly in there and doing it.
Yeah.
You're going, when you go for a night. It's not like you're going at one place. You're saying you're going multiple places and you're doing that multiple times a week, and you're really investing. It's one of those things. We've had Carlos on and we've talked about investing, and you know, like that's you're investing.
Yeah. And like what he was saying, it's like basically almost a decade of like, oh, you're not getting paid. You're just kind of trying to figure out what the hell to do.
I mean, hopefully eventually you do get paid, or at least like those like $5 that you like pay are evening out, because at the end of it you'll get paid like $5.
A lot.
Yeah.
You'll get paid $6.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and it's interesting because like the value of your time is very much something to think about, because I just had to experience, a lot of comics will be like, I will take any stage time anywhere for like any amount of time, right? Like they just are hungry to get on stage, which is smart and it's necessary to a point. I'm a little less like that. And I just had an issue with a club, and I was booked on a show and then they kicked me off and then they like brought me back on. And it was this whole thing, and they're like, but we might cut your time, blah, blah, blah. And the fact that they brought me back on, the way it happened was not great. And there were like stipulations that they hadn't been clear about. And I was just kind of like, they brought me back on like the morning of the show. And they're like, but you only get 3 minutes, blah, 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 whole thing. And I was kind of just like, no. I was like, I value my time, and
I'm not going to drive down there, spend all this time for 3 minutes.
Yeah. And
also, like, I mean, you're in a place where you don't need, I mean, that probably would have been fine for someone who was like, it's my first booking, I need to do it. Someone who's like really like just needs something.
Yeah.
But you've been working at this for forever, not forever, but I mean like a year, you know, like, and so you know that like, okay, so you didn't get this job, but you'll go to other ones. Like you have plenty of other ones that know and love you and that you work with. And
right. And I think there are certain clubs I would accept that from. Right. And then there are other ones where I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And literally instead that night I just went and I did open mics and I practiced. And so I got way more time just being able to like run my stuff, because I'm working on 10 minutes right now and I'm really trying to like get that to be solid.
Yeah.
So how is this going hand in hand with your acting career?
I think I started doing stand-up to help my acting, but now I feel like I'm doing acting to help my stand-up, if that makes any sense.
I mean, then they do go hand in hand.
Yeah, I feel like my stand-up's taking a lot more precedence. It's just the process has been a little more natural than acting has for me in these recent years, and I was not expecting that at all.
Well, also it seems like with stand-up, like there's a bit more agency that comes with it. Whereas like you're not waiting for an audition or anything. Like you're going out and saying, I'm going to go to this comedy club, versus like being like, okay, when am I going to get an audition? Like you can submit to it like all you want to a bunch of auditions, but essentially like someone has to hand you something.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you can work on your monologues, you can do all that and work on your scene, take classes and stuff. But there's a bit more of like, because there's writing involved as well. Like you're creating something as well, not waiting for something to land in your lap to then be able to put your work into it.
And I think that's the part of the reason why I like it so much, because I can just, it's just me. It's my product. It's my brand. It's myself. It's my personality.
My
like my point of view. And it's also making me be like, oh, do I want to do like these characters? Because I can be me over here. Like it's been interesting, kind of like the push-pull between the two. But
yeah, you could be like, oh, I think my character needs a bath tonight and a glass of wine. I'm just doing character work, people. It's like you're pampering yourself.
No, and that's the thing. It's like, I almost feel like I'm like hiding behind characters. Now, I'm not like, if I do a character, I'm like, I'm hiding. Like, why am I hiding? But some people love that. Like that works for some comics and it's amazing.
There was that one comic that when we went to watch, and he was just like kind of the shy, nervous one. And I was like, is he okay? And I think he was like using it.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to vomit right on us.
Yeah.
Because he was like super pale and he had this nervous laugh, but it wasn't a bit.
Like you could tell
was
it was.
Which guy?
It was, I don't know, one of the guys, like he just was,
did he have a mustache
really
and glasses
too.
Was
so
he
I think he was, maybe, but I think he was really, really nervous, but he also, that's like how he used
became
that.
relatable to the audience.
Yeah, and he used that, and then you realize, like, oh, he's not, like,
that was
every
a
now and then,
stupid joke, and
yeah.
he would laugh like,
yeah, like, and you're like, oh, that's, like, maybe he's using that because he actually is nervous, but, like, every now and then a little glimpse of, like, I'm controlling this came out where I was like, oh, no, he's
on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is what's so cool to watch, like, everyone's comedy, because you'll see people like that where you're like, oh no, but then they just like bring something that you're like, I did not expect this. I'm like, you're genius. And yeah, you get people that like you would never expect to be on stage and fucking kill, but they just like, they murder the room, and then you're like, I can't follow that up.
Yeah.
Like, how did you do that? But I think that's the big thing with comedy. It's a lot of experience, right?
Is your dream job, I know what your dream job is,
yeah,
but for the sake of the audience, let's just start with, what is your dream job as a comedian?
I mean, I would love to be on SNL.
Of course.
Saturday Night Live, amazing.
Which is like skits and acting and stand-up.
It's like
and writing. It's all of it.
It's all of it. And it's funny because I've been going to the Groundlings for improv, but I've also been done sketch writing there. And I really liked the sketch writing classes.
And Groundlings, for people who don't know,
the Groundlings is an improv sketch school in Hollywood. They focus on a lot of like character-based stuff. SNL has pulled a lot of talent from the Groundlings, and there's only like 2 other theaters that SNL really like pulls from as well.
So they're almost like a theater school. Like they're definitely
like it's
you're
a
going
school
there to then be able to hopefully like
So, but yeah, their sketch class, I was like, this is so fun, because I wrote the dumbest things I was like, this isn't funny, and then like killed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Sounds good.
What's your dream venue right now? Like, let's do your dream venue that you think you could get in the next like 5 years, and then dream venue.
Career. 5 years? That's a long time.
Okay, maybe 2 years. 2 years.
Because like this year, I want to audition at Laugh Factory and try some stuff at Improv, and then I could.
Improv is the name of the venue.
Yeah,
in Hollywood.
Improv Hollywood, and then they have venues all over the states. Actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
if you're from another state,
there's one in Houston. They have like an offshoot one in San Antonio, or not San Antonio. I'm lying. San Antonio. And then I don't know, a lot of other. I think New York probably.
It'll be on Google.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Improv is a big place, and then Laugh Factory, and then Comedy Store. This store I would like to go up at soon. I'm gonna try to sign up for their open mics soon. They have like a really intense open mic process. They have like 1 day a week for an hour. You have to like email them to be considered, and then they let you know if you'll even get up. And it's because it's a very like prestigious venue for comics, because a lot of big people have come out of there too.
I want to go.
Yeah. So those are like within the next year or 2, I really want to focus on.
How long's your set now that you have?
I probably have 8 to 10 minutes. I just haven't done it. Honestly, I might have 15, but like a really solid good set, I probably have 8 to 10 minutes. I haven't timed it yet altogether, because I've been doing 5-minute sets, because I've been working on other jokes to add in to my set. So I've just been doing like 5 minutes of like these newer jokes. And then I'm going to add them all in within like this next week, actually, and do 10-minute sets and see how it works out.
What about, so do you want like a comedy special ever? Like, would you ever?
Fuck yeah.
Netflix.
How?
Oh my God.
Do you have like a timeline as to when you think you could be ready for that?
Like 6 months.
Like literally,
like next
a
week,
3-hour
tomorrow.
special.
Actually, yeah.
I'm ready.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah.
I've been really focused on short-term goals right now, because my brain is fried. But I could like produce my own special for sure.
Well,
within the next couple years. That's something that like I could put together very easily. And I've been thinking about how I want to bring filmmaking into my comedy, because I need to start getting better content and better like shots and stuff of me, because like I'll just have like you guys are amazing and you have your iPhones, but like
sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
but like okay, like I need something better, and that's not you guys. Like that is literally just
I'm not a DP.
let's like it'd be cool to start making things look a little more professional. And so I'm trying to like I'm playing around with like ideas of like what I could do. Even if it's like bring my boyfriend along, being like, put the tripod in the back of the room. Like,
Bring the drone in.
Yeah.
just like swoops down. I'd fucking hit it. I'd be like, get this thing out of here.
Just loud buzzing inside, yelling over it.
I want a special Netflix.
Netflix sponsor us.
Netflix sponsor us.
Well, Hannah,
You have a lot to look forward to. We have a lot to look forward to. Follow Hannah. Make sure she is like obviously one of us three, but make sure you follow her on her own Instagram.
Where do you want people to follow you, Hannah?
Follow me at Beansy, BEANNSSY. You'll find it. Hannah Beth is my name
on Instagram.
On the Instagram
website. We'll probably always have that in our show notes. So
we will.
Yeah, but old girls, follow Hannah. Yeah, and you'll see more of her content because she's gonna have a special coming up soon. Because I have a special coming out in 4 years. Woo! Make sure you follow the whole journey, otherwise you'll miss out. Anyways, thanks so much.
Thank you. Love it, Hannah.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Get Set podcast, an Old Girls Entertainment production. For all extra goodies, join our Patreon crew at patreon.com/oldgirlsentertainment, also linked below in the show notes. And we would love to hear from you. So please email us at getsetpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Until next time, go get set.